Elliot Marshall, a 53-year-old entrepreneur who built a luxury hotel empire, sat alone at a window table in the Beacon, a warm coastal restaurant in Seattle. He visited this spot annually to mark the founding of his company, a venture he launched alongside his late wife, Sophia. On his finger gleamed a white gold ring adorned with a sapphire and a cluster of tiny diamonds, a cherished heirloom passed down through his family for over a century. As the young waitress, Lila, a thoughtful 20-year-old with brown hair, approached to pour his wine, Elliot barely glanced up. But when Lila caught sight of the ring, she froze mid-pour and murmured, "Pardon me, sir, but my mother has an identical ring." Elliot flinched. Only 3 such rings existed, crafted in England by his great-grandfather in the late 19th century. He wore one, his brother Nathan lost the second during an Icelandic expedition, and the third, he believed, was buried with Sophia, who perished in a car crash 2 decades ago. Slowly he turned to Lila, his voice trembling as he asked her mother's name. Without hesitation she replied, "Elizabeth Clark." His face paled. Sophia's maiden name was Clark. His breath caught as he asked her mother's age. 48, Lila answered. Sophia would have been precisely that age. He requested a photo. Lila pulled out her phone and displayed a recent image. Elliot's heart stopped. It was Sophia, older with a changed expression but unmistakably her. He asked where she lived. "Portland," Lila said, puzzled by his intensity. Within an hour they were speeding down the highway in his black SUV, passing quiet suburbs until Portland's streetlights glowed in the distance. It was after midnight when they pulled up to a house. The door swung open almost instantly. A woman in a dark sweater, gray streaking her hair, stood there. She saw Elliot and dropped her keys. He whispered, "Sophia," and time seemed to halt. The truth unraveled swiftly. 20 years earlier, when Elliot tangled with a shady investor named Victor Ramsey, Sophia, newly pregnant, felt exposed to danger. After a threatening call, she staged her death to protect herself and her unborn child, fleeing to start anew under a different name. When Ramsey died mysteriously, she could have returned but was paralyzed by fear, shame, and grief. They spoke through the night. Elliot didn't accuse. He simply gazed at her, absorbing every word. Everything he thought he'd lost was alive. 3 years later, in a hotel on Auckland's Pacific coast, Elliot and Sophia remarried. Lila, in a white dress, walked beside them down the aisle to violin strains. The ring, once a wedge between their fates, now symbolized their reunion. What a remarkable tale. Dear friends, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Plenty more stories await.